We love to look down on addicts. Heroin, meth, crack, ugh, the human trash. Totally understandable, society says. But let's talk about you. Yeah, you. With the $6 almond milk latte in your hand, you're shaking because someone dared spell your name wrong on the cup. That's not addiction. That's lifestyle, right? Well, what about scratch-off tickets? Oh, you just can't stop buying one every day. You're chasing that same win you got in 2023. Totally healthy. No problem. Everyone in line behind you, just quietly watching your dopamine hit unfold like a goddamn soap opera. And don't even get me started on your phone. TikTok, Instagram, X. You're doom scrolling like it's oxygen. Every like is a hit of validation. Every scroll makes your brain whisper, just one more, you're fine. Meanwhile, your life is slowly turning into a highlight reel of your attention span leaving the building. Here's the brutal truth. Socially acceptable addictions are no different from the demonized ones. The difference? One's legal. The other one comes with bad press. But the wiring in your brain? Same dopamine loop. Same exact obsession. Same exact denial. You're chasing a chemical high, and no one is applauding you for it. Ah, yes, the classic line, I can quit anytime I want. Sure, Karen, sure. And I can snort a line of coke off a stripper's ass and show up to work on time. Life hacks. Let's be real. The little voice in your head whispering, just one more, every time you swipe, sip, or scratch, it's lying to you. You're not in control. That venti latte, not a choice, a hostage situation. That daily scratch off, not fun. It's obsession disguised as hope. And the fantasy football crowd? Oh, bless your hearts. You've spent 2 years chasing a win that doesn't exist. You've texted your friends, cursed your neighbors, screamed at a TV, all for a dopamine hit that lasts, 30 seconds? Meanwhile, your relationships, your sleep, maybe even your dignity are dying in the corner quietly. Every socially acceptable addiction works the same way. It's the same chemical loop, the same obsession, the same excuse masquerading as fun or routine. You think you're fine. You think it's harmless. But your brain, it knows. And eventually reality catches up. Here's something wild. Society loves to demonize real addicts. Heroin, crack, meth, disgusting human garbage. You've heard it 1,000 times. But your daily Starbucks run? Totally relatable. Social media doom scrolling for 3 hours straight? Cute. Fantasy football rage? Adorable. Now let me tell you something nobody talks about. Scratch-offs. Oh, you think you're quirky buying 1 or 2 tickets a week? Try standing behind someone in a gas station buying 10 different scratch-offs and 5 different quick pick cards they want you to print. That's right, 5 minutes of your life gone while they make sure their dealer got their product right. And God forbid they're out of certain scratch-offs or the machine won't process one of their quick picks. They lose their fucking minds. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Black Friday shoppers, you're no different. You make heroin addicts look like monks. People trampling each other for a $5 toaster, screaming at employees, elbowing their way through crowds, all for a fleeting dopamine hit. And we call that festive consumerism. We cheer it on. Same brain, same chemical loop, same obsession. The point? There's no moral hierarchy in addiction. Legally sanctioned or socially acceptable doesn't make it harmless. You can point fingers all you want, but odds are your hand is clutching the same exact dopamine hit you're judging someone else for. All right, now let's talk about consequences. Because yes, your Starbucks habit isn't going to put you in rehab, but it is ruining your patience, your budget, and maybe even your dignity. You're spending $6 5 times a day. That's $30 a day, $210 a week, $10,920 a year. Congratulations, your harmless addiction just bought you a car you can't afford. And relationships? Oh, your addiction is killing those too. You're on the phone at dinner, doomscrolling while your partner, kid, or friend tries to talk to you. You're addicted to the hit, not to the human next to you. Same goes for scratch-offs, fantasy football, TikTok binges. It's all dopamine at the expense of connection. Even the fun addictions have collateral damage. You've yelled at strangers, argued with friends, or spent hours obsessing over something completely meaningless, all for 30 seconds of brain chemistry fireworks. And the kicker? You think you're the good one. You're not. You're addicted. Full stop. And let's be honest. The bigger the addiction, the sneakier it gets. It hides in your routine, your self-care, your weekend rituals. It whispers, everything's fine. Everyone does it. Meanwhile, the cost is quietly mounting. Drained bank accounts, strained relationships, a life slowly hijacked by chemicals your brain craves. Socially acceptable addictions are literally the same ones as we shame people for. The only difference is the packaging. And if you think you're immune, well, I've got news for you. You're not. You're just good at hiding it. All right, let's cut the crap. Addiction isn't about drugs or crime or whatever convenient villain society wants to point at today. It's about what hijacks your brain. And here's the kicker. Your legally acceptable, socially applauded addictions, coffee, scratch-off, social media, fantasy football, shopping sprees, are doing the same exact thing as heroin or meth. You think you're different? You're not. You're just better at packaging your obsession so everyone says, cute hubby, you go, girl. But don't fool yourself. That craving in your brain, it doesn't care if it's Starbucks or cocaine. It doesn't care if it's Friday night at a bar, 7 a.m. checking TikTok. It's still hijacking your choices, your attention, your relationships. So the next time you see someone in rehab or a news story about an addict, don't just point and nod. Look in the mirror. Check your latte, your scratch-offs, your phone in your hand. Odds are you're holding the same chemical leash you've been denying for years. And here's the final truth. No excuses, no moral hierarchy. You're addicted. Full stop. And if you're brave enough to admit it, maybe, just maybe, you can actually start living life instead of chasing the next dopamine hit like it owes you something. All right, folks, that's enough brutal honesty for one day. If you're squirming in your seat and muttering, "Aw, shit, that's me," congratulations, self-awareness looks good on you. And hey, now you can wear it. Our new We're All Addicts shirts are 15% off with free shipping. Just use code ADDICT at checkout at pettymerch.xyz. Perfect for staring at yourself in the mirror while sipping your 5th venti latte of the day. But on a serious note, if you or someone you know is struggling with addiction of any kind, don't just sit there alone. Reach out, get help, and know that you're not the only one fighting this battle. Until next time, stay human, stay honest, and stay awake enough to notice your own habits before your brain decides it doesn't need your permission anymore. I'm Kyle Fields. Good day.